Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone. We'll start the session at 4:05, okay?
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Hello, good evening. We'll wait for one more minute for everyone to join. Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. I think so. Some people are trying to join. Let's wait for 2-3 minutes more. Okay, I think so. We should start now. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the last session of the Scratch training program. So, before starting, I'll just show you the activity in this session first, because in this session, we are introducing a new concept called cloning that I will explain when we start the activity. So, I'll start by sharing my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Is my screen visible to everyone? Yes, okay. Okay, great. So I'll just show you the activity first, what the activity is. This is the activity, I'll just play it. Okay. Okay. So let's click on green flag. This is the activity. This is a food truck that I can move with the arrow keys. And if I press the space bar, I can throw donuts at this sprite. And when this donut is touching this sprite, this sprite is getting killed. Okay. So this is the activity that we would be making using a concept called cloning. Okay. So let's begin the activity. So I'm already on the Scratch platform. I'll delete this sprite here. Okay. So as you saw in the activity, there were 3 sprites. Okay. So the game of this activity is Hungry Casey. Okay. So why Hungry Casey? Because there is a sprite called Casey. If you go to the sprite library, there's a sprite called Casey. And the story is like the Casey is hungry for donuts. Okay. So that's why it's Hungry Casey. Okay. So let's click on choose a sprite. Okay, and the sprite we need is Casey. So I'll just type in Casey here. So this is the sprite that we need, Casey. Okay, you can take any sprite. It's just a game that we made. So that's why we have Casey here. Otherwise, you can take any sprite that you want. Okay, so this is Casey. The next thing that we want is Hungry Casey. So Casey is hungry for donuts. Okay, so we need a donut. So I'll go to choose a sprite again and click on and write donuts here. And I'll take this donut. Okay. And we need one more sprite. So donut is should come from some particular thing, right? Donut is coming from something. So let's say donut is coming from a food truck. So I'll search for a food truck here and I'll take a food truck. Okay, so we have 3 sprites on a stage. Okay, now we'll just decrease the size of the sprites. They're quite big. Let's make the food truck 30. Okay, let's decrease the size of donuts. I'll click on donuts and decrease the size of donuts as well. Okay, and click on Casey and decrease the size of Casey as well. Okay, let's make Casey 30. 30 is too small. Let's make it 40. Or maybe 50 would also be okay for him. Okay, so we have our three. We have all our 3 sprites. Now let's start making the game. Okay, so first thing is let's come to the food truck. Okay, so I'll click on the food truck here. So what I want is, see, go to costumes. From here, coat and costume is written. Okay, so if I go to costumes here, the food truck has three different costumes. In the first costume, there is a waffle over the food truck. In the second, it's a taco, and in the third, it's a hot dog, right? So we have three costumes for our Sprite food truck. So what we will do initially is we'll make the costume switch. Okay. So how we'll do that? We'll go to events when green flag is clicked. Okay, and then control. Use the forever block, and from the look section, we will use next costume. Okay, and we can also introduce a wait block by going into control and using a wait block, so that whenever the costume is switching there is a slight wait between them. Okay, so let's click on green flag and see. Can you see the food truck is changing its costume? Okay, this is done. Now what we want, the next thing we want is we want to control our food truck with our arrow keys. Okay, so for that what we will do is we'll again go to event section when green flag is clicked. Okay, so when green flag is clicked, what we want first, let's set a size. So we will go to looks here, and from the looks let's take this set size to. Okay, now this block is not necessary because anyways we are setting the size from here manually also, but if you want you can take it just to explain it to kids. Okay, so let's decrease the set size to, let's make it say 20%. Okay, when green flag is clicked, let's set the size to this much. And I want the food truck to always point in this direction, 90-degree. Okay, towards KC, because see, the food truck is coming from the left hand side, this part, and the KC I want to come from the right hand part. Okay, so I'll go to motions here and use the block point in direction 90. And if you click on 90, see 90 is what? This direction, pointing towards the right, this positive x-axis. Okay, so this is what I want. I always want my food truck to point towards 90-degree. Okay, and let's set the initial position of our food truck. Let's decrease the size again first. So let's say I want my food truck to start from here. I'll just place it here. Okay, and then in the motion block itself, use this block. So automatically the coordinates of x and y appears here. Okay, so I'll just use this block and place it here. Okay, now what I want to control my food truck with the arrow keys. So for that, first I'll use a loop. I'll use a forever loop. Okay, and then use condition blocks. So I'll use a if condition first. So first let's give condition for our arrow, up arrow. Okay, to do that, what we'll do, we'll go to sensing and use this block and place it here. Okay, and from the drop down here we'll select up arrow. Okay, so when up arrow is placed, pressed, what I want my food truck to move forward. Okay, so for that I'll go to motions and use this move 10 steps. Okay, so see, if I click on green flag here and press my up arrow, it's moving. Okay, but if I press the back arrow, it's not moving anywhere. Okay, so the 10 is a bit larger amount. We can just make it slow, so we can make it 4. Any number, you can also write 2, 3, how many steps, whatever steps you want, you can make it move that many steps. Okay, now let's do the same thing for down arrow. Okay, we'll go to, again we'll go to what, controls, use the if block, place it down here, then we'll go to sensing, and from the sensing we will use this block, and from the drop down select down arrow. Okay, and in the down arrow, what I want, in the down arrow I want food truck to move backwards. Okay, so we'll go to motions, use the move block, and this time instead of so see, x, this is x direction. Can you see from here, x is what, on the right hand side is positive x-axis and on the left hand side it's negative. So this time the steps would be what, in minus, so I'll make it -4. Clear? So see, if I click on green flag, if I press the uh, up arrow, it's moving forward, and if I press the down arrow, it's moving backward. Okay, now let's do the same thing for right arrow and left arrow as well. So again, we'll go to control, use the if block, and then again go to sensing, this block, and then instead of space, I'll take right arrow. Okay, now right arrow is what? It will move in right direction. So right is what? clockwise. So I'll go to motions here and use this turn block, okay? And turn clockwise 15 degree. Now 15 degree, I'll just remove 15 and instead of 15, I'll make the value smaller. So I'll make it maybe let's say 4. Okay. And the same thing I'll do for left arrow as well. So again, I'll go to control, use the if block, and then go to sensing, and then use this block, place it here. And then from the space, I'll use left arrow. Okay. And left arrow, it will turn in anti-clockwise direction. So we will go to motion and use turn anti-clockwise 15. And instead of 15, we'll make it 4. Okay, now let's again click on green flag and see. It's moving forward, it's moving backward, it's moving this way, and it's moving this way as well. Okay, so we can control our food truck right now. And even the food truck is changing the costumes. So this much part is done. Now the next part is we want the donut. Like, see, the donut was coming from the food truck, right? So we want the donut to be trained in such a way that it looks like it's coming from the food truck. The food truck is throwing donuts towards Casey. Okay. So how we'll do that? We'll go to donuts. Okay. And then in the donuts, what I'll do is let's first, mm, okay, let's first go to events. Use when green flag is clicked. Okay, and then let's set a size for a donut. So we'll go to looks and set size too. And I want my donut to be really small. Okay, so I'll just give it 10% size. Okay, and then let's move the donut backward towards the back layer. Okay, so see in the look section, when you scroll down, there is an option called go forward and then one layer. So instead of forward, I'll select back layer, and you can also keep it one layer, and you can also make it 3 4 layers backward. You can just make it go any backward layer. So this thing is basically why, because we want it to look real that the donut is coming from the food truck. Okay, that's why we are taking it to the backward layer, and you can make it go backward to any number of layer. Okay, that won't make any difference. So you could also make it 50, you could also make it 5. Okay, just to make it more realistic, that's why we are using go backward 5 layers. Okay, now, in this, we will be introducing a concept called cloning. As you saw in the game that I played to you before, that continuously the donuts were coming out from the food truck. Okay, so when you go to event control here, see when you scroll down, there are 3 blocks here. When I start as a clone, create clone of myself, delete this clone. So, what is clone? Clone is a feature that allows the sprite to create copy of itself. Okay, so what basically this will do it, we can create copy of the sprite. If we are using this clone feature here in the donut, we could create copy of this particular sprites. Okay, and that particular sprite will have the same costume as this sprite. All the same scripts that we are using here would be automatically applied to that copied cloned itself. Okay, so this is what is cloning. Cloning means creating a copy of that, creating a copy of the sprite. Okay, so here we want clones of donuts because we want continuous donuts to be thrown from the food truck. Okay, so for that we will use this block when I start as a clone. So when I means when the donut starts as a clone, we want the donut to show. Okay, so we'll go to first, we'll make him hide here. Okay, so in the looks, I'll use hide and place hide here. Okay, and when I start as a clone, I want my donut to show. Okay, and then where I want my donut to go to this food truck because the donut is coming from the food truck. Okay, so I'll use this block here. In the motion block, we have a block called go to. Okay, we'll place it here, and instead of random position, I'll use food truck. So what will donut do? Donut will go to the food truck. Now the donut should always point towards the direction of the food truck. So even if we are moving our food truck like this ways or any ways we are moving, we want the donut also to be moving in the same direction. Okay, so for that we will use point in direction, this one. Okay, now instead of 90 degree, here it will be the direction of the food truck. Okay, so it will always follow the direction of food truck. So for that, what we will do, we'll go to sensing And when you scroll down, there's this block, backdrop of stage. We'll use this block, place it inside this here. Now in the second stage, drop down, select food truck. And from the first drop down, you have to select direction. So point in direction and direction of food truck, okay? So what donut will always point in the direction of food truck. In whichever direction the food truck is, the donut will also always point in the same direction, okay? Now this process should be repeat until when, okay? So this process, like there should be a given condition, right? Till when this process should be done. So for that, we'll go to control. We'll use a repeat until block, place it here, okay? And till when should this process be repeated? Till the time this donut is touching KC, okay? Or maybe let's say it's touching the edges, this edges of the stage area, okay? So for that, we'll use operator. We'll use a or operator, place it inside repeat until. We'll go to sensing then. So there are two conditions. We'll use this touching block, place it here. We'll use one more touching block, place it in the next condition, okay? And then from the drop down, instead of mouse pointer, the first is edge or touching KC, okay? This process should be repeat until touching edge or touching KC. And let's make the donut move some steps. So we'll go to move motions and use this move block and place it here. Now you could also decrease the steps here. You could also make it 5 or any number of steps, okay? And then once this process is done, we want to delete this clone. So we'll go to control and use the block, delete this clone. Okay. Now,
Radhika ma'am, can you repeat from point and direction? After that, from where did you take the direction of food trunk?
yeah, okay. Yes, I'll just repeat it.
Go to food trunk. After that,
Yeah. See. This, okay. We have used point and direction. Okay. So see, this is 90-degree, means here. This is 180, this is minus 90, and this is 0. Okay. So in the food truck, when I click on food truck, the food truck is always pointing in 90 direction. Okay. But if I am changing the direction of my food truck, okay, with the help of this thing, with the help of my arrow keys, if I am just changing the position of my food truck, so that time what I want the donut, that time I want the donut also to be moving with the food truck. Okay. So for that, what we'll do, we go to sensing, and from the sensing, see drop down, we have this block here, backdrop of stage. You have to put this block inside pointing direction. Okay. Now from this stage section, click on this stage drop down, select the food truck, and from the first drop down, you have to select direction. So what this code will do, it will always make the donut point in direction of the food truck. So whether the food truck is in this direction, or maybe it's in the here or here or here, whichever direction the food truck is, the donut will always point in the direction of food truck. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay. I'll place this block again here. Okay. Now this is done. Now what we want, we also want the food truck to throw the donuts. Okay. So we want to give some controlling for that as well. So we'll go back to food truck. Okay. So we have already used up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, and left arrow. Okay. So this time let's use the space key. So again, we'll create a script. We'll go to events, use when green flag is clicked. Okay. And then go to control, use a forever block. Okay. Forever, and then what, give a condition using if statement. If, then we'll go to sensing and use the block key space pressed. Okay. So when space key is pressed, what we want the donut, we want to create a clone of the donut. Okay. So we'll go to control here and use this block, see, create clone of myself, and place it here. Now from the drop down, we don't want a clone of food truck. Okay, we are coding it in food truck right now. So we don't want a clone of food truck. We want a clone of donut. So whenever the space key is pressed, what will happen? It will create a clone of donut. Okay. And then we can also give a wait block so that whenever the space key is pressed, there is a bit time lapse in between the clones. Okay. So you could just give it 1 second, or you could also give it less seconds. Okay. So you could give it 1 second, or you could also give it 0.1 seconds. Okay. So let's see when I click on green flag and when I press space bar. See, what is happening is donuts are coming from the food truck with a wait of 0.1 second. If I make this 1 second, what will happen now? See, okay, just hold on. I'll just admit everyone. Okay, so see, if I made it 1 second, see the donuts are taking time to come. So I'll just make it 0.1 second. Now see, so even if I move the food truck, so in whichever direction the food truck is moving, the donuts are also moving in the same direction, okay? And it's looking like the donuts are coming from the food truck. See, clear? Now even if the donuts are touching the KC right now, nothing is happening. Okay. So now the things are done for food truck and for donut as well. Now let's go to KC now. Okay, let's click on KC. Now we want the same cloning effect to be done on KC as well, because when I made you saw the projects, there were like multiple KCs were coming from this right hand part, right? So we want to create clone of KC also. But before that, let's go to the costume of KC and see there are different costume for KC available as well. Okay, so what we will do is we'll go to events when green flag is clicked. Okay, and then control block, use a forever block, and let's make it change costume. Let's make Casey change costume. We'll go to looks and use next costume. Okay, now let's click on green flag to see Casey changing costume, but it's quite fast. So let's slow it down by using a wait block. So we'll go to control and use a wait block here. Now let's click on green flag. Now see, it's taking a time, okay? With a 1 second gap, it's changing costume. Clear? Now let's create a clone of Casey. So we'll go to control blocks, scroll down and use when I start as a clone. Okay, when I start as a clone, this time I want Casey to appear. So we'll go to show, we'll go to looks and use the show block. Okay, and then okay, before that, let's give a command. Okay, let's remove this. We'll do this later. Before this, let's give a script. When green flag is clicked, okay, go to controls, use a forever block here. Okay, so every time when the green flag is clicked, we want to create clone of Casey. Okay, so we will go to controls and we will use create clone of myself. Okay, and in this create clone of myself only, we just want to create clone of Casey. Okay, we don't want to use any other option like donut or food truck. Okay, this time we want to create clone of myself, and then let's give a wait block. Let's use a wait block. Okay, and then let's make it hide. We'll go to looks and let's make it hide. Okay, so let's click on green flag. So whenever the green flag is clicked, it's good. It's getting a clone would be created for Casey. Okay, but right now it's hidden. Now we want it to show. So what we will do, we'll go to controls and now we will use when I start as a clone. What we want this time, we want Casey to appear. We'll go to looks. We'll use the show block. Okay, and see, we have Casey here and the multiple Caseys are here, see. But they're coming on the same position, okay? Now, what we want the Casey to randomly appear from this right hand part, okay? Anywhere from this top till this bottom, anywhere the Casey should appear, okay? Randomly. So for that, what we will do is, we'll go to motions. Let's first click on green flag. So here is Casey right now, okay? So let's click on here and use this block, go to X direction, some value and y direction. So x value is 207. This is this particular value where the Casey is right now. Now, if I move this Casey upwards here, okay, see that here the direction is what? The y-axis. Just wait. If I move the KC upwards here, okay, so what is the direction for KC right now? Oh, it's not showing correctly. I'll just do one thing. Hmm. Okay, this I'm removing right now, okay? And even this thing I'm removing and use this. What I'll do is when green flag is clear, let's make it show right now. Okay, this thing. So see, if I move KC upwards here, y-axis is what? 171. Okay, and if I move it downwards here, it's minus. So minus 171 could also work, or minus 158. So what I want the KC to appear anywhere from random position of 171 to minus 171. Okay, randomly this is the y position. Okay, and the x position would remain same. Okay, but the y-axis would change. So again, I'll just put every scripts in the same way as it was before. Okay, when I start as a clone, let's make him show. Use this block. Now instead of y, what we have to use? We have to use a random position block. So we'll go to operator, pick random. So what was the random position? Anywhere from 171 to minus 171. So here we will write 171 y-axis and minus 171. So now if I click on green flag, see, it's coming randomly from any position. Okay, clear? Now let's use, okay, we have given a position. Now I always want what Casey always wants to go towards the food truck, okay, towards the donuts. So we'll go to control. Okay, we'll go to control. We'll use a forever block. Okay, and forever what we want forever the Casey should point towards the food truck. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go to motions and use the block point towards. Okay, and from the drop down we'll select what? Food truck. So forever the KC will point towards what? Food truck. And let's make it move some steps. So we'll use the move block, place it here, and instead of 10, let's make it move quite slower. So let's make it 2 steps. Okay, and then let's use a wait block as well. And let's make him wait 0.1 seconds. Okay, now okay, so let's see. But see what is happening right now? Casey is rotating. Okay, so to stop that, what can we do is click here on direction. Okay, if you click on direction here, this thing appears. You have to click on this thing here. Do not rotate. Okay, this is done. Now click on green flag. So see, now it's not rotating. And Casey is randomly appearing from anywhere from this position from the right hand part. Okay, and it's coming towards, see, Casey is always pointing towards the food truck. Okay, wherever the food truck is, Casey would always come towards the food truck. See, all the food trucks are just coming towards Casey. Okay. Now what we want? We also want ki when the donut is touching Casey, the Casey should die. Okay. So for that, what we will do? We'll use a if condition. Place it here. Okay, and then we'll go to sensing and use this touching block. And instead of mouse pointer, we'll say donut. Okay, so if this clone of Casey is touching donut, what we want? We want this clone to die. So we will use this block in the control section block. We'll use delete this clone. Okay, now let's see. Now let's press space bar. See, it's getting deleted, right? Whenever it's touching, it's getting deleted. Now to make it look more better, what we could do is we can go to looks and use this change color effect by and place it here. Okay, and we could also use a wait block here. Go to events, use a wait block, place it here, and let's make it wait 0.1 seconds. So this time what will happen is, see, it will it should change color. If it's changing color, see, whenever the donuts are touching Casey, what will happen is Casey will change color, so that we know that once one time the Casey has been hit by a donut. Okay, so this is why we had used a food truck, so that we know that which clone of Casey has touched the donut. Okay, now we have done this thing, we have done this thing. Now what can we do? We also need to, okay, we haven't done anything with the backdrop yet. So what we'll do, let's go to the backdrop, click on backdrop here. Okay, and let's select a backdrop, choose a backdrop, and let's select this circle. Okay, now let's go back to backdrops here. Let's paint a backdrop. Okay, and in this backdrop, let's convert it to bitmap. Use a paint bucket, use a color. Let's use a color, you can use any color. Okay, let's use a color, let's write a text, and let's change the color of text, let's make it black, and let's write, let's get started. Okay, and let's make it bigger. Okay, and let's rename this costume of backdrop from here. Let's make it name start. Okay, we have a start backdrop and we have a circle backdrop. This one, let's delete this one. Okay, now let's go back to code. Now we are coding for the backdrop here. Okay, so for the backdrop, what we'll do, when green flag is clicked, we'll go to looks and we will use the backdrop, switch backdrop to. Okay, so initially the backdrop would be what? Start, where we have written let's begin. Okay, then what we will do, then we will make it wait for some seconds. So let's make it wait for 1 second, and then we'll go to looks again and then use switch backdrop to, and this time the backdrop should be what? Circles. So let's click on green flag. Let's get started. Now we can also make it wait 2 seconds. Okay, let's get started and then we could start the game. Okay, so now you could move your food trucks. There are clones of Casey as well, and then you could also make the Casey die. Now one thing could be done here is donuts. Let's go to donuts here, or let's go to food truck here. Okay, let's increase the size of the donuts. Okay, to do that, what we will do, let's go to donuts and move, instead of move 5 steps, let's make it move 7 steps. So now the speed of the donuts is fast. Okay, now to make it more complex, this game more complex, what you could also do is you could also add in the Casey section, you could also add a block called if touching food truck. Okay, like if we have used if touching donut, you could also use the condition here ki if it's touching food truck, you could also make the background switch where you could also write it game over and something like that. Okay, so this is the entire activity, this is the code. Now if you have any doubts, ask your doubts. If there are any doubts, write in the chat box.
Good evening, ma'am. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, tell me.
It's me, Srividya here. Ma'am, using the costume, the Casey's wings up and down. How come you are doing that, ma'am? Wings up and sometimes it's
Okay.
down. You
Okay,
did,
okay.
ma'am?
See, we are on Casey right now. Now, when we click on costumes here, by default, Casey has multiple costumes. Okay, in this costume, like in the sprite library, by default, Casey has
By
this.
default, where it is coming, ma'am? I tried that, but I couldn't get that up and down. So that's what I'm asking.
To make it
Where
up
it is
and down,
actually there, ma'am?
see, not every costumes in the sprite library have, not every sprite in the sprite library have multiple costumes. Okay, so when you click on sprite library, See, this is our multiple costumes. When I click on it, see, it's changing costumes. This doesn't have multiple costumes. This does have, okay? Now to
Okay,
make it change,
okay. I tried for
yeah,
duck, ma'am. So
yeah.
actually,
So
it's not
maybe,
possible.
yeah,
For
if I
bird,
select, if I select Aemon here, and if I go to costumes, see, Aemon just has one costume, okay? So that's why it cannot change costume. But Casey has multiple
okay,
costumes, so yeah, so it can
okay.
change
Thank you,
costumes, okay?
thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other doubt?
Hi, Radhika.
Yes.
Good evening. Neetu
Good
this side.
evening. Yeah.
I have put my question in the chat box as you asked. I just wanted to know, like you just said, that to change the backdrop color, we can take a solid fill and all. Can't we take multiple shades like the gradients?
Multiple shades. Let's try. Let's do it. Okay. I'll just try. We'll go to.
No, when we were painting it, no,
Okay, let's try.
like
That's why I never.
be it in the background or in the text that we are typing. Actually, I was just trying it out, but I couldn't get through. I was exploring it, so I that just struck my mind. Like in PowerPoint, when we do all the backdrops and shadings and all, so we have textures, we have patterns, we have gradients and all. So one is solid fill, one is gradient fill. Gradient fill gives you multiple shades. So that is that possible in
Okay,
Scratch?
for that, one thing could be done. Like while painting, I don't think so. It could be done while painting. But see, you can make it a code. For that, you could code it. So let's say use a forever block. Now we are in the backdrop section. Okay. In the backdrop section, let's go to control. Let's use a forever block. Place it here. Okay. Now let's go to looks and use change color effect by. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're using change color effect by, I think so. Okay, but okay, we need to remove this here and
No, but it is giving one solid shade only. No, I just yeah. I
this
mean
could be done.
spectrum shades.
That I don't think so. Paint it would be possible in paint here because see paint it just say paint and we could use one color or maybe you could use the shades from here if it's
Just take the third option.
this one.
This one. Because
Mm,
that is giving an effect just like
yeah, let's just select and see what is
seems like a
happening.
gradient.
Maybe this is what. Yeah, let's select. I'll just select this one and let's see what's happening. Okay. Yeah. So see, this could be
Great.
done.
Great.
This could be done, Anna. This could be done, and if you want it this way,
That
we
was
could
with
also
the
do it this way.
last option, I suppose.
Last option, yeah. So when you click on
Click
here,
go to fill. That
fill,
last
and then this
option.
last option, yeah, this last option.
So
Okay, select the.
this is in circular direction, circular frame way only.
Like it's giving a gradient here on this.
Radhika, there are three options in it. There is linear, there is circular, and it is from the center. Like those three options you can try to get it.
Yeah, this is center and this is.
You get that.
Yeah.
You get that gradient effect. It's not that you don't get it, but the thing is you need to adjust your hue, saturation, and humidity. That all those three you will have to club so that you get a common light color background. I tried that for a project. It came. So you will have to adjust. Now you are in the corner, right? You will adjust all the colors. It comes.
Kaushalya ma'am, would be really
ma'am.
grateful if you could share that coding.
It's not coding, ma'am. What she's doing only, I tried, ma'am.
Like just go to
Whatever she's
colors
doing,
and
yeah, just paint, yeah, with the paint,
go to
I'm trying all
colors and
those
just
three, like
because
colors
No,
and,
I was asking just because I'm totally new to this Scratch. I haven't used it earlier. I'm just learning and planning to put it ahead for my children. So
that's what, like this color, saturation, brightness, if you adjust, you get to the combination. You need to choose two colors, like you can swap, you can either take a light color and a dark color and swap it so that you get that, ma'am. It's easy only. It works
just
like
go
a
to this
presentation only.
colors
First,
here.
yeah. First, I also did not get it, but I got it after a long time. Like you get all the three combinations. Like you get the radial fill, you get the linear fill, and the diagonal up and down. You get all that there.
thank you, sir.
You just try, ma'am. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
This will help us in changing the color every 25 steps. That doesn't work. like what Radhika was telling is you get the change in the color in the entire background. But what she's asking is the fill one, like you get the gradient
Like
fill.
the
That,
paint one. Yeah, she was asking the paint
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
That
yes, yes.
one. Thank
Okay,
you, ma'am.
okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other thing? Uh, can we create, okay, Lena is asking, can we create array of variables in Scratch? So what basically you want here? Lena, what is your question? Can you please explain it?
We used to control the variables in our variable array. We used to create variables as array of variables so that we can control it in a for loop and all instead of new variables.
So like,
Binary searching and all, we used to
mhm.
create a variable array. Here we are in creating independent variables. No, make a variable. Can we create just like a clone, variable clone of variables?
Clone of variables is an option. Like you can create a different, like you can create a variable differently here, but clone of variables is not an option because when you go to controls, by default, we just have given 3 options for clone. When I start as a clone, create clone of myself and
No,
delete this clone.
in the variable section we have we were using array, same type of variable and represent it with an subscript a of I like that. Then we used to increase and decrease this I for storing the variables.
But that would make it more complicated. Even if you make a variable here and then put it on this code, like that would be a totally complicated process, and you have to figure out that what code or what block of variable should be used where. Because I have never created a variable, I have used a cloning process. Whenever this kind of things needs to be done, I use cloning. I have never done it by creating a variable because that would get more complicated. If you're making a
In the
variable
case
here,
of binary search and all, in that case,
it could be used like variable could be created in different project. Some other project, if you're using, in that case, you could create variables. Like here, you could create a variable for say Casey's life. Okay, how many Casey's life are left? That could be done, but not for cloning. I don't think so you could create it for cloning. That would be too complicated process, and that won't
okay.
even work, I guess, because cloning. Because see, behind this blocks, there is a particular code has been written. So behind cloning, there is a particular code written ki what cloning is supposed to do. So, but that particular coding won't be available in the variable block, right? In the cloning block, there is some particular script written behind this block. Behind this predefined blocks, there is particular scripts written. So that process will only be done by this cloning block, not by the variable block.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
I have a doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how can I add a description when I click on a sprite? Like, suppose, if, for example, if there's an apple, and if I click on the apple, that should lead to a apple tree where it speaks about itself. So how can I jump between the sprite and the description?
Okay. So for that, what you could do is say, for example, let's say this is, we want to click on food truck and then we want to jump to some other thing. Okay. So you could go to events block and you can use this block when this sprite is clicked. Okay. When this sprite is clicked, what you are saying is when we click on this sprite, it should say something and it should jump to some other sprite. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So when this sprite is clicked, you could go to looks, use the say block. Okay. And then what you could do is you could make it, let's make it wait some seconds, or maybe don't say something, and then you could go to um, you could broadcast this message now. Now this message needs to be broadcast. So you will use the broadcast here. Go to events, use broadcast message 1. Okay. Now this message, maybe let's say you want this message to be received by donut. So you will go to donut here. When I receive message 1, that time we will make the donut to appear. Before that, we want the donut to hide. So now we'll make the donut show. Okay. And then we will also give a command at the same time ki when green flag is clicked, we'll make it hide. Okay. So it will only appear when it receives the message 1. The message 1 is what? which the food truck will give. Okay, so when I click on food truck here, it will say hello. Okay, and then when this message received by donut, then this donut should appear. So you will have to use a broadcast for it, and you will have to use this when this sprite is clicked.
And while teaching for primary students, like if they, I want them to click on that particular object so that it goes to that next, uh, this one to tell about that particular object. I want it like that.
So in the first session, we had done the broadcast activity in which we were doing this
And
thing.
I don't want broadcast, man. Broadcast is very mechanical type. I don't want. I want a lively one.
Hmm. Then use when the sprite is clicked.
Yes.
And oh, okay. Say hello. Just wait. Maybe I have something. Okay, just wait. I have something, I guess, for this thing. Hmm. Like, are you saying something like this? This won't solve your problem. Like, even in this thing, what is happening is when it's saying something, okay, and then this thing is happening. The spacity is changing. You could do this thing with the help of the event block. In this, not even broadcast is needed. Or you could also do one more thing, I guess. Hmm. No, this won't work for you. Hmm. So yeah, here see what I have. You could do this thing. Yeah, you could use this block when in the event section there is when space key is pressed. So instead of space key, you could use any number of keys. So what I have done here is see when green flag is clicked, this line will say something, okay, and then it will also say, see, it's saying hello, I am Alex. What's your name? So I'll just write the name. Hey there, now it's saying press different letters of my name and I introduce to all my friends. So Alex, so I'll press A. If I press A, this is Marty, okay? Now Marty is saying something. Now it's saying click on me and see the magic. So if I click on Marty, this is happening. Okay. So if I click on E, some other will appear. So in this, not even broadcast is needed. All you need is event section. Okay. All you need is an event block when this space key is pressed, and all you need is looks. Is it clear? Like this, I think so this solves your doubt. No need of broadcast here. All you used to have is events and looks.
Radhika, we can we use two letters there? Like instead of one letter, can we have two letters? Like say for example, He, helium. In the conversation, say for example, if I want the children to have an interactive session on a periodic table, in that way, like say like we have a lot of elements like He, helium, Li, lithium. So they can prop up and say, how should we do that? Now you are working for a single letter, A for apple, B for box. It should not be like that. It should be, can we have something like that way for a two letter? Helium, sodium, it's all Na. Yeah. When I press Na, like when the key you are saying, no, you are trying to use, no, can we use two letters there like that way?
No,
So
because
that
see,
the session
in
becomes
the
really interactive. The children can learn more. Like it will look like the sodium speaks on its own and say like I am sodium, my atomic number is this, my
So see
chemical
that
property is this.
that is not
That
possible
way of
because see when we
interaction.
click, yeah, when we click on drop down here, when
Hmm.
A is pressed, we just have space bar, we have arrow keys, and then we have the all the alphabets, and then we have
No, you
numbers.
go for that any, no, there is one option called any. Can we, there is one option called any, A and Y.
Any.
On down. Yeah.
If it's any, then I can press any key and then any would appear.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So
but
how
that
should
won't
we do
solve.
such type of interactive sessions? Then we need to
For
go only
that,
for
you have,
broadcast.
yeah, in that case, you have to use broadcast or use when this sprite is clicked. So if you have multiple like periodic tables, for example, let's say there's a periodic table here on the stage, okay, and all the elements are there. So what you
Ah.
could do is You could, yeah, but that would be a very too much of
Complicated
work.
one.
Complicated would be create all the elements of the periodic table either in the form of sprites. Okay, so Na
Okay.
would be a sprite and all the elements would be a sprite. Okay, so
Ah.
what you could do is for that particular sprite, give when this sprite is clicked and then use the say block.
Ah.
And then the kid could arrange all the sprites here in the stage in a row
Ah.
wise. That could be done,
Ah.
but not Na. Like 2 letters can't be done.
Yeah. The other day we were trying one integer block. I tried that also, like moving far away or the other way around. Like when we try to do projects, like you are using that integer block. No, I thought straight away we can take that type of image on a periodic table and put it, and when we
But
click
that type
something,
of that
that
type
is
of
not
image,
working.
that type of
It is
image
not
won't work
working.
because so you have to create all the sprites for each
Mm.
elements, for Na, for calcium, for magnesium. For that you have to
Yeah.
just let the kid write paint a sprite, something like that.
Yeah,
That could be
something
done.
like that. Yeah, because
That
since
could
you
be
are
easy.
showing this now, like you said, A, B, C, D, there are a few metals with single letter like H,
Right.
like hydrogen, B for boron, C for carbon.
Right.
But there is an metal with 2 letters in. I think we need to look for a different way to present it. So
But that that is not here. But yeah, creating sprites would help. Create a sprites
yeah,
and then use when this sprite is clicked. That would be
yeah.
easy. No need of broadcast as well in that.
Similarly, for a bubble sort, like we also require an array of numbers. The ma'am was asking, no, if in the variable section can we create like that way? You just check out with the variable section. No, we will require, say for example, for bubble sort, we will require 6 elements or 7 elements to be sorted out. For a binary search, we need to arrange them in the ascending order and then add the first and the last letter, find out the middle letter, find out either way around. Like if the number is greater,
Things
we'll have to look for the right side. Yeah,
you could do
variable block.
anything. You could do anything here, but all you have to use is logic here because the thing you're
So
saying
like
right
this make a list,
now,
can we say that make a list will help us in getting an array of numbers?
make a list. See, if you click on make a list, say my list is answer answer right now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so just create a list here. Okay, in list, what I could do is in the list I could add answers, add things. When I list, see, I have add things to my list, delete it, delete all the answers, insert, replace, or anything. These options are here. I could add
Okay.
items. So this is list can be also used in. We did the Alex over that AI project, right? In the
Yeah,
third
yeah.
section we did. So list could be used there as well, where you are
Okay.
using feeding instruction to the machine.
Ma'am, I tried this list, but I have only vertical list. How can I make this a horizontal one?
I've always seen it vertical. There's see even here there's no insert thing at the there's no option for making it vertical. It should have been here.
Ma'am, I tried.
Yeah, this is always I've always seen it like this, the list. This if there is an option to make it vertical, it would be here in the block sections only. It's nowhere here. Okay. So any other thing? I'll just share the project first, otherwise I'll just forget it. I'll just save it. Okay. Copy link. Any other doubts? Or is it clear? Any other doubts or is it fine? Everything is okay?
Ma'am, thank you so much for a lively session with you, ma'am.
It was a pleasure. Even I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
Even
I
I,
hope you guys liked it and you learned a lot in this session. It was really I really hope it was helpful for each and every one of you.
it was a mind-blowing session, and without you, it would have been very for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'll just stop sharing my screen and I'll just hand over it to. So I think so the session would be extending. So I'll just hand over it to some other person. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Hello.